Alright, so unless you live under a rock or just have no electronic devices, odds are you watch something like movies or a show. And we all have our preferences. You know, we like certain shows we like, and knowing why you like something can make it easier to explain like what makes you you. I love film, and whenever I have the opportunity, I'll try to make any reference or quote a movie. And most of my time spent is watching like South Park or something. And I think it's the best way to kill free time because of its mediums, classics, and the elements it uses. So the main form of cinema that we all associate film with is movies. So the modern movie has a runtime of about 80 to 180 minutes, but the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences set the minimum runtime for a movie to 40 minutes. Shows, on the other hand, they have a minimum of 1 season, and each episode usually runs about 20 to 60 minutes long. Shorts. These are similar to movies as like single featured films, but instead they have a maximum runtime of 40 minutes. And usually we all kind of associate short films to like Disney shorts like Paperman, but those are like 1 minute shorts as opposed to 40, which can be like used in film festivals. All right. So each of those mediums has like a different way of telling of storytelling. For example, in shows, it's a more in-depth story arc because you have each episode has its main conflict and maybe like a larger conflict within the season, while movies have 1 hour to capture a story and all of its subplots. Deciding on which medium really just depends on preference and how much time you have. So like if I have 30 minutes to spare, I'm definitely going to watch South Park, while if I have a whole Saturday off, I'm watching the whole trilogy of Batman right there. Elements specific to a film are its cinematography, its visuals, and audio. The cinematography, that's what makes movies appealing. Rodrigo Prieto, he worked on 8 Mile, Wolf of Wall Street, and Brokeback Mountain. He said that cinematography isn't just beautiful images. It's capturing emotion. Even in the simplest pictures, you can capture a powerful emotion. The visuals and audio, that helps make the story. That just helps make a sense of the story, because like obviously you wouldn't be able to make sense of a story if you can't see or hear anything. So like the soundtrack, what the actor's actually doing in the scene, that all determines tone. And it helps develop plot, develop characters, and establishes the setting. And I'm honestly tired about hearing this, but a universal element that can also fit into cinema is the hero's journey. George Lucas, the creator of Star Wars, he used the hero's journey. And the hero's journey is just a formula for storytelling, essentially. So he used Star Wars, and this movie was actually a hugely influential movie. It was creative in their tech and in like the technology they used, and in their in-story ideas. Like Star Wars actually created a new job within the filmmaking industry, the sound design. Ben Burtt created like this massive sound library for Star Wars. Like Chewbacca, they actually used bear noises for him. They went out to record like some bear going or something. And their in-story ideas were also original. Like George Lucas had the idea for dog fights or jet fights in space, and no like space movie at that time had that idea. And every other futuristic movie depicted like depicted like a perfect world. While Star Wars, like if you see the Tatooine planet where Luke Skywalker's from, that place is a mess. So Because of the diversity of story, because its diversity as a storytelling device, its elements, and its classics, I think that's what makes cinema a great way to kill time. You can watch a movie, you can watch a show, or you can just browse YouTube for short films. The dialogue, the cinematography, the soundtrack, it all makes movies an engaging experience. Because we're overly exposed to film and movies, we kind of forget the creativity that goes along with it. But the movies that you like, whether it's good or bad, it just says something about you individually. Thank you.